Hello and welcome to session number 6 or day number 6, depending on how you're heading through this course. It is a pleasure to have you back here again to watch these videos. I hope you've got an abundance of information. The reason that you're back is you're excited to get even more information today. Now, my name is Pete Scott. If you're not on my website, go to www.thoughtsfrompete.com. Check out my information on there as well. What we're going to be talking about today is even more of the emotional connection, how to think in order to get the results that you want, to create that ultimate health and also that weight loss as well. However, what I've got in store for you today is a good couple of things. The first that we're going to be talking about, and write this down if you want to, is called modeling excellence. So what we're going to be doing is literally taking a role model or somebody in our life, a hero you could say, we all need a hero, and focusing on what they do that is successful, that helps them along. Because you've got to remember something, as a species we learn from other people. We learn from either people that are close to us, so our closest role model should be our parents or our guardians when we grew up, and then after that it's our selection. We get to choose who we're going to take from, of what to do, and who we're going to take from and say, you know what, I'm not going to do that. So in actual fact, what I want you to be doing today and for the rest of your life is modeling the excellence of not just one or two people in your life you say, wow, that person's really inspiring. I'm talking about being aware, being conscious of how much your subconscious mind actually takes in when it comes to everybody that you come across in your entire life. What I want you to do is this, write this down and remember, learn what to do from the people that add and multiply you. They're the people that make you feel bigger than life, that make you feel like you can achieve more. Understand what it is that they do in order for your life to be better. And the people that subtract and divide you, that make you feel less, that make you... and by the way, we know that nobody can make you feel any way, positive, negative or otherwise, other than yourself. So I'm generalizing by saying that person makes you feel that way. We cannot use that because that would be blaming an outside source for our own internal emotion. Yes, that person can be an amazing trigger for negative or positive emotion, however it's down to us to make that decision. So if you take the negative to start with and you say, well, these people in my life, or if I come across somebody who's negative, what is it that they do that makes me feel so bad? Well, let's just take a look at some of the things that we've already covered in this course. Are they using negative questions and statements? Are they using a lot of excuses? Are they looking at things as on the dark side as opposed to the light side? Do they have more of a pessimistic view upon your goals? Do they stop you in your tracks when you're talking about something that excites you? Start to understand those things, but what I really want you to do is be aware very quickly and then become preventative. If you know very early in a conversation that somebody is putting a block up or making you feel more negative, or being a trigger for you to feel more negative, what I want you to do is know how to protect yourself, okay? Now, the way you're going to know how to protect yourself is by being aware of the conversation that they're actually having with you. What I like to do, if somebody talks negative to me, is I just reply with something like, that's interesting. And then I move away from the conversation. So if somebody comes to me and says, oh, my wife is horrible, she did this and that and it wasn't very nice, and work's not good to me and that's bad, and I can't lose any weight, etc., etc. I will say, and I'll listen, I'll absorb, and then I'll say, oh, that's interesting. Because what we tend to do is we tend to be a species of compassion. And when you become a species of compassion, and that's a wonderful thing to have, but too much compassion in that situation can also make you feel worse. Because if, for example, somebody's walking with a limp, and this is metaphorically speaking, if you allow that energy to transfer over to you, before you know it, you're walking with a limp as well. So by them having that negative conversation with you and it not being empowering for either of you, it's not helping either of you, what's actually going to happen is that you're both going to walk away feeling negative or more negative, and that's a real shame. So what I want you to do is surround yourself with as many people in your life that make you feel positive, that make you feel added to, so feel like you can achieve more, and multiplied, so you feel, wow, life is really an abundance of of so many good things. Remember, what I want you to do is model excellence. So how are you going to do this? Is you can take one person in your life right now. It can be somebody that you know that is really fit and healthy, because I want you to relate this to fitness and health for today. So it can be somebody who's really fit and healthy, or it can be somebody who is just very inspiring to you. And what I want you to do is I want you to not place the pressure on yourself, but I want you to, you can close your eyes to do this if you want to, or just visualize that person in your mind. And as you visualize that person in your mind, take a look at their posture, have them stand in front of you. And then in your mind, what I want you to do is I want you to float into their body and become them. And if you're becoming them, you're going to become them with their thoughts, their beliefs and their feelings. And if you become them with their thoughts, their beliefs and their feelings, you'll start to make the same decisions as them as well. So if somebody's really fit and healthy and they're inspiring you, well, what excellence would you like to borrow from that person? Because you can if you want to. So as you're in their body now and you're thinking about food and they're fit and healthy, what food will that person want to eat? So when you go to the buffet next time, what food are you going to take from the line when you've got the choice? Because you've become that person. Does this make sense? So you're floating into their body. And now what I want you to do is take a look in front of you again. You're still inside this person. And what I want you to do is then see in front of you the same person again, but they're feeling the very best that they've ever felt in their life. So you're taking that fit, inspiring, motivated person, and then you're taking them in their best environment. Wow, how great would that be? And what I want you to do once again is in your mind, just float forward and float into their body once again. And see what you see, feel what you feel in that person's body. And hear what you hear as well. The conversations, the self-talk that they have, the questions and statements that they use. I want you to start to use the same thing as well. And what I want you to do is, once again, you can take your thumb and index finger and start to feel this in your body, and just place your thumb and index fingers together and start to feel those same positive emotions. I want you to be charged from this and feel like, yes, this is the time where you make your list of what you're going to do, how you're going to achieve it, who are you going to be in order to power through to get the goals that you want. This is your chance to do it. And what you can also do in this time is, as you're that big, powerful, I say big, powerful person, and you're feeling like, yes, I can achieve more, is now I want you to take a look at those people that are negative in your life, just in your mind now, and start to see that their negative talk, their negative views, are actually not that important. You can almost just brush them aside, because you feel so strong about yourself, you can achieve more. And that's what's cool about what's called modelling excellence. So you're going to ask the questions. If you take one, and you can do this with two people if you want to, take two people in your life, or one person that you know personally, one person that you see on TV that really inspire you. Start to borrow the questions from them. If I was that person, how would I think? How would I feel? What would I be eating? Would I be motivated to get out of bed at 6:30 a.m. or would I get up at 6 and really go for it for the day? Start to ask those questions, because it will start to change your life, which is great. And what all of this will do is create a broadened horizon and a more beautiful territory or map within your own mind. Because the world, as I see it, is not the world as you see it. The world as you see it is not the same as the world as your neighbour sees it. We all see the world from our own perspective, and that's the beauty of life. Also, though, it can be the curse of life if we let it so. Our mind can be our most amazing achievement, or it can be our biggest problem. So it's down to us to use our mind in a way that's empowering and positive to get the results that we want. So create that map and that territory of what you want, and you will start to achieve the goals every single time, every single day. So what I want you to do from today is start modelling success and borrowing that success from the people that you know. Take that feeling up, make it feel as wonderful as you can, and I guarantee you will achieve more, and you will get that ultimate health and weight loss and beyond. It's been a pleasure to bring you day number 6 or session number 6. Let's check back in tomorrow or when you check the next session. It's been a pleasure. Remember, www.thoughtfrompete.com. Thank you very much.